Hello,
Hi,
and welcome to this week's episode of Kids from Yesterday podcast. I'm Clodagh,
I'm Courtney.
and today we're going to talk about stuff.
And things. Stuff and things. I feel like this is the equivalent of, like those Get Ready With Me YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Which you feel like they put together because they were like, we don't know what else to talk about, but actually it's just a nice way of breaking up.
Yeah, some serious content with some serious content. So we said we just have a little chat.
Yeah, have a few bants.
So we're just going to talk a little bit about what is happening in the state of emo at the moment. We've talked a lot about what's been going on in the past, a lot of anecdotes, a lot of stories. But what's actually happening in 2019, Courtney?
A lot of things that I probably didn't want to know all that much about. And maybe you guys know about already, but you're going to hear about it again.
Yeah, so there's a lot happening, but there's also nothing happening at the same time with regards to like new music. I guess the only two songs anyway that I've heard, three actually, most recently, have been Sum 41, Blink 182 and Slipknot, which don't really fall in the emo sphere specifically, but definitely fall in the circle somewhere around emo.
Yeah, they're in the Kerrang circle of things that are which I suppose is close enough.
Yeah.
Close enough that we're gonna make an episode about this.
And
anyway.
Frank Iero, he has a new album out as well.
It's called Barriers.
Yes. What do you think of it?
I kind of hate it.
Yeah. So you're a fan of his music.
Yeah, I loved Frank Iero and the Celebration. Stomachaches was one of my favorite albums. For quite a long while actually. So that was released in 2014, and like I have such a visceral like reaction to it when I hear it because it reminds me so much of a very specific point in my life and a very specific time. Claudia's smiling at me because it came out around the time that I started dating my boyfriend. And I told her the story earlier and she's all like, "Oh," and like it is cute, but
I love that. I love when songs like remind you of when you, especially with like albums like that, remind you of a time where you were very much in love, or
unlike now where I hate him.
Yeah, exactly. So it just reminds you of the times before you hate him,
I do not hate him. He is also a sound engineer. Please be nice to him. Please don't delete my episode, Michael. Thank you. But I associate it with like November 2014 very much because I saw him perform in that month as well. So it's like,
wait, your boyfriend or Frank Iero?
Frank Iero.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I also saw Michael perform many times around that time as well because he was in a band then. But I digress. So I really liked that. I liked Parachutes. That was his second album. So that was Frank Iero and the Patients. Because every band that he does, he renames it for reasons I'm really
cool.
I'm not sure if the lineup changes or just the band name changes, but whichever, props to you. Do you, Frankie?
That's kind of innovative. I don't know of anyone who's done that before. Has that happened before?
I don't know.
Not
And
that I know of,
it
anyway.
makes it really difficult to search him on music platforms because he used to sign everything like FRNK, and then he later changed it to Frank. So you can't sort it's a whole big thing.
Is it a case that he's trying to make it impossible? Because Ed Sheeran, just stepping out of the emo sphere for a second, Ed Sheeran's albums, his first album was called Plus, and he called it Plus as in the plus sign so that people couldn't find it online and download it legally. Is there that much thought going into what Frank Iero is doing, or is it some kind of like elusivity? Or
I don't know. Like I know he used to sign off everything as like XO Frank, like FRNK. So it may have just been like a stylized thing that he did, and then later on they changed it back to.
Maybe I'm thinking too much of it.
Giving them more credit maybe than credit is due. But then there was Frank Iero and the Patients, and I saw them perform at Slam Dunk in 2017, and that was good. I liked that album. Didn't love it as much as Stomachaches. And then this one, a lot of people are really like happy for him with it, and like the fan base seems to be really supportive of it. I know like a lot of super like Frankie Iero stans who are like completely in love with all the things that he does. Maybe it's just my ears are getting old, but
you played me like the first song and I was like, you know, the intro was good, it was nice guitar music for my ears, and then he started singing.
I don't know if it's just that the vocals before were quite, I don't know actual music terms,
distorted.
they were kind of like fuzzy. It kind of sounded like it was recorded like on a computer, or like, you know, it was really poorly recorded, but it worked for the grunge kind of style of the album. Whereas now they're much cleaner vocals, but
it was very Ryan Ross the Young Vanes-esque in that, bless him, he's got now a new band on the side, but you know what, can't sing.
No, and it's kind of disappointing because I was looking forward to that, especially when he announced he was making new music. I read an article on Rock Sound about how he had to explain the My Chemical Romance reference in his latest single. So that was Young and Doomed. That was the song I played you.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a line in it that's, I promise that I'm not okay. Oh wait, that's the other guy. And like people accused him of shit stirring, and he was like, well, no, like that was a band I was in, and like he's kind of said about like breaking down the fourth wall. So what did he say? He said, to me it was very like reading a comic and you find out that two superheroes are in the same universe even though they don't necessarily interact, and I like the fact that it called back to a previous work. So
that's cool.
I think that's cool. I think, you know, there's no point in pretending you weren't in one of the most seminal bands of the noughties. Like you were. You have a career now because you were in one of the most seminal bands of the noughties. So like he was obviously referring to I'm Not Okay, but like people saying that he was shit stirring is kind of ridiculous, because I don't it's not like, you know, he's pretending that he had something to do with it or that he was referencing it to get attention. He is known for being
in that band.
So I don't get that, and I understand, like, you know, the whole thing of My Chem not doing a comeback and constantly saying they're not going to do a comeback is a point of contention among fans, but I don't know how you can say that somebody referencing their own work is a problem. I don't know. I mean, I suppose as well with My Chem saying they're not coming back, like I remember back before Fall Out Boy reunited, there used to be rumors that surfaced all the time kind of saying like, oh, you know, they're coming back, they're recording, and people went to be like, no, we're not recording, we have no plans to, I don't think we're going to get back together. And then you're like, and I remember the year that they got back together, I tweeted Patrick Stump because there was a picture that surfaced and it was the five of them, and Andy had more tattoos than he'd had previously, and it looked like a newer photo. And I tweeted him being like, what year was this photo taken? And Patrick Stump DM'd me to say that photo was taken in 2009, and I was like, but that's not what Pete looked like in 2009. Like they didn't look like that.
You got a DM.
I got a DM, sorry.
From Patrick Stump.
Sorry,
just wind this back a minute.
Oh, no,
I feel like one of Courtney is flicking her hair just for the tape. I don't know if you watch Line of Duty, but they're always like, just for the record with the tape. But yeah, I feel like one of the big things of like in being an emo, one of the big things was we were on Twitter, and I for one would like, you know, be like, okay, well Gabe, Victoria and Rylan from Cobra Star tweet me now, just need the other two, and like it was this whole thing, so please tell me.
Oh yeah, it was quite a funny story, because it was me and my friend Laura and this other girl that we don't talk to anymore. So we were talking about this picture, and I said, oh, I'm just going to tweet Patrick. Like, completely, like, not expecting a response.
Yeah.
It was just like, haha, I'll just tweet him and, like, we'll settle this. And I sent it and, like, didn't think anything of it. And 10 minutes later, I looked down at my phone and there's a DM from him.
Wow.
And I was like, and it just said that photo was taken in 2009. And it was like, he used to do that where this was when he tried to do his solo stuff.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, but like my friend Laura also tweeted him around the same time being like, remember when you said you didn't like autotune, why does this album sound autotuned? And he sent her like, it was before you could send like a big long DM.
Oh, okay.
So he sent her like 10 DMs basically going, no, I didn't use autotune, I didn't, like, I swear I didn't, this is just blah blah blah, and something to do with the mics.
Aww.
And it was really like, I didn't use autotune, even though like he clearly did. But it was really strange that he was just so nervous about people judging him. And like her tweet wasn't like confrontational. It was just like how did you get from this like scathing thing about autotune to
this
use of it? And he had like, so like, I remember that being really cool, but like he did used to respond to people. But it was like, that was at the time, and I actually found a screenshot from like, it was like a time hop screenshot.
Oh, cool.
And it was just with like, we knew as the caption, because it was like of Pete Wentz saying like, we're not getting back together. Like, yeah, my whole thing was like, Patrick Stump lies to people. He doesn't. He just was trying to protect like a secret.
Yeah.
And stop. Because I mean, all that would have happened then is like, realistically, I could have taken that photo and then put it on Tumblr and gone, this is a new photo, and it could have been like a whole big thing. And maybe somebody would have found their like studio, or you know, there could have been things that would have happened, because Twitter is Twitter.
You could have compromised the whole
operation.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
So he responded to get me to shut the fuck up. But yeah, that was like a casual, oh yeah, Patrick Stump DM me, because we're friends. We're not friends, but please, can we be friends? I feel like we'd be good friends.
I feel like Patrick would be a great addition to the Kids from Yesterday pod team.
Yeah,
Don't you?
Yeah. Courtney, Clodagh and Patrick.
It has a great ring to it.
I think so,
to be
yeah.
honest. I'm trying to think back though, did I get any tweets from people? Definitely, I think all of Cover Starship tweeted me because I was obsessed with them. I actually DM'd, I had a DM conversation on Instagram with Vicky T recently about, I just had kind of, I think I'd like DM'd her being like, your music meant so much to me in like, and because it was kind of like, I actually got the years mixed up and I thought it was 10 years since they played in Dublin, but it's not, it's 9. So I was like, 10 years ago I seen you guys for the first time and it was the best day of my life and all this kind of stuff. And I just kind of felt like I want to say this to her because she's the only one that's kind of accessible from Cover Starship, and the band had meant so much to me. And yeah, she responded and she was like, you know, that's amazing to hear. I can't really remember what else was said, but it was cool. I think the whole time when you're in that emo stage, and we talked about this before, is I feel like that's our catchphrase at this point. We've talked about this before.
We're gonna do Kids from Yesterday bingo, where every time we say so like, every time we say we talked about this before,
or Little Peep, not to be confused with Little Pump. Take a shot.
Take a shot, or mini shots, or if you don't drink, take a shot of water. It's good to be hydrated.
It is good to be hydrated. So I think in the emo scene, the big thing was like being validated, air quotes, by your favorite band, and Twitter was definitely an accessible way of doing that, especially when your favorite bands don't come to your country. You can't follow them around as easily.
Yeah, and I remember back in the day, like Fall Out Boy and All Time Low and Panic and stuff, they had like 200,000 followers. Yeah. And that seemed like so many back then, but it wasn't so many that they wouldn't
see your tweets.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that like Patrick Stump, who was like in one of the most seminal bands of the early 90s, that must be the quote of the episode, in the most seminal band of the whatever, but the fact that he was able to see that tweet and respond to it, and he took to, like, I mean, a few people I know got messages from him because he'd obviously go through them and then respond privately to whatever he wanted. So like he must have done that. Sweet. I didn't, but it's cute, and it's nice that like back in the day because we're so old now.
Yeah.
But that was a thing that you could do, that you could actually reach out to people. Like when we were researching for our Paramore episode, which you guys heard a couple of weeks ago, and if you haven't, you can go listen to it, please. But we talked about like the live journal.
Yeah.
And like when I was going through all those old things, there was like, she used to do a thing where she'd write a post, and then like if it was a main post, people could respond and like ask questions and she'd respond to them. But like sometimes if she posted like sorry for the delay, blah 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 blah, this isn't the main post, so any questions you have, post them on the main one. So it was like literally like she was asking people to contact her and to like, encouraging.
I wish I was in the live journal sphere. I never really fell into that sphere, or the Tumblr sphere. Like I had a Tumblr and I retweeted or reposted even a lot of,
it's reblogged.
Yeah,
just for
clearly I wasn't in that sphere. I used to reblog a lot of Paramore pictures and lyrics and everything like that, but I'd never seen those as mediums to contact bands.
But you can actually use it as a medium to contact us, because we have a Tumblr. It's Kids from Yesterday Pod.
Yes.
Just
guess who made that? Not me. It was Courtney.
It was me. But yeah, we're there. But like Tumblr, I feel like I used it, and it was like, you know, people made fan art and they made like lyrics art and they made GIFs. And like at the time you couldn't post GIFs on Twitter. Like, I keep forgetting that there was, like, a world where you couldn't post GIFs.
There was a world where you used to have to actually, quote, copy what somebody had written and write RT to retweet them. And often I didn't have copy and paste on my phone, so I literally had to rewrite out the tweets and then put my little comment or whatever it was that you were retweeting before it. Do you remember when it was like Follow Friday?
Yeah. And
that was a big thing on Twitter. Like, sometimes I just remember back to these things and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so old.
But like, that's how we used the internet, and it blows my mind that like the internet to me at the time was such a big massive community full of people because everybody used the internet, but like all these bands that now have millions of followers had like 200,000, and that was like, whoa.
And now
so
that's
many
like
people.
A splash in the water.
Yeah, that's like a who the hell are you kind of situation, or like you're the band member nobody cares about, as generally is the attitude, like, you've only got this many followers. Like, it's so weird that that's how we quantify stuff now. But like, definitely back in the day it was so easy to reach out to people. But like, I've seen people that I follow like interact with Hayley Williams, and like Alex Gaskarth gets into debates with people all the time. Take a shot because I said Gaskarth again. But like, he, and you're kind of like, stop doing that, dude, like, please. But at the same time, it's, they read their replies, and it's still a way to contact your favorite
or get
bands.
into fights with people. I got into a fight with Ian Watkins on Twitter years ago, which is, I'm like, come on, Clodagh. Looking back, it was deserved.
Hashtag deserved.
Hashtag deserved. So what else is going on in the world of emo at the moment?
Oh, I suppose we should probably talk about Tom DeLonge, maybe.
Yes, on the subject of Blink's new song, which you mentioned like 5 minutes ago, but you know what, we're going to go back to Tom.
I haven't even heard it yet. We'll put it on our playlist for this week. But Tom.
If you don't know, Tom DeLonge, the reason he left Blink-182, or took a break from it, whatever way you want to look at it, was to crowdfund a spaceship, essentially.
Yeah. So, they have the song Aliens Exist, and every single article you read about this is like, we thought Aliens Exist was just a song. But like, we had that song, and then you realise that Tom believes in UFOs. And like, I love conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Especially space conspiracy theories. And I think it's because I'm afraid of space.
Oh, terrified of it.
I have like a thing with numbers where I can't comprehend numbers. So when they talked about the black hole the other day, or the other week, or however long ago, it was like a month or so ago, maybe 2 months ago, I had a panic attack because I couldn't fathom how big it was. And like, Michael had to show me videos of like, physics for children so that I could get my head around it. But it's like, I actually, like, I have a serious problem with, I'm probably dyslexic, and I just haven't been, like, I've gotten away with it kind of for this long. But I cannot comprehend numbers on a big scale. And he said there's a word for it. And if you guys know what the word is, can you please email us or like message us on Instagram or somewhere to tell us what the word is? Because he said there's a thing for people.
I think there is,
for people who can't comprehend, no, but like who can't comprehend the size of space.
Oh, okay.
And who have an issue with like things being bigger than like...
You see, that freaks me out as well. Like, once I kind of... we're going so off topic here. But when the black hole, that thing happened, and then I was kind of thinking about how, there's all these other planets out there, and then it's like... Especially this whole thing, the world is going to end if we don't fucking cop on and recycle. But I'm thinking like, oh my god...
Tax the corporations.
How did we even get here? Do you know, like, where did we come from? And if we came from nothing, where did nothing come from?
Oh, stop! Like,
this is
like panic attack territory for me. No, like, as in like space and like existential crisis. Like, it used to be a thing where if I was in college and I was doing a lot of things where we're doing lateral thinking and we're out of the box kind of philosophical bullshit, because a lot of psychology is, and people would say like, well, where did we come from, or like, what is the point of us? And I would literally like face down on the desk, be having a proper panic attack.
Yeah.
And like, I could like, anytime people said stuff like that, I would actually just panic. And even if people say like, what's the point, I'm like, what is I don't get the point. So I can get, if you are interested in space, I can understand. Like, I guess like I kind of wish I was good at maths, because watching all those physics for children videos made me realize that there's a lot that I don't understand.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's a really good way of explaining our purpose on this earth. I feel like we're getting like deeper than emo. We're down in the dungeon with depth in this episode. But I feel like if you can comprehend something on a massive scale and give yourself like a place in the world that you can write numbers to help you understand it, that like people believe in numbers the way other people believe in God. Like, and I don't have that kind of belief system. So I feel like if you're like able to be like Tom and believe in UFOs and believe, I mean, like his thing is, see, I read the article. This was released 2 years ago, and I remember I was in the IFI, it's the Irish Film Institute in town, and Michael read this out to me, and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? But he left Blink to fund a spaceship which he said will travel instantaneously through space, air, and water by engineering the fabric of space-time.
That just...
Sounds cool, means nothing. I mean...
Means nothing.
Yeah. Like
what? I feel like I sound super blonde when I'm like, I just like, if we came from nothing, like, how do we come from nothing? Because it's nothing. But like, sorry, what is the fabric of space-time?
I don't think that's a thing. And that's I mean, like, some people are good at numbers and understanding space and physics and, like, you know, don't need to watch Physics for Children, but I don't think space-time is a thing, and I don't think something can travel through space, air, and water, and there isn't a fabric of I applaud his ingenuity and his desire for discovery, because again, and that comes back to, like, I wish I had like a thing I believed in, and I feel like if I could comprehend, like, actually wrap my mind around maths, I would totally believe in, like,
yeah,
that would be my thing. Like, I believe in the universe, and that would be like my thing that stops me lying on the floor and wondering what the point in everything is.
God, that's very emo. That's a very emo statement.
We're out of the dungeon and back to emo. It's fine. So he announced To the Stars Academy, which he described as a powerful vehicle for change that seeks to create a consortium among science, aerospace, and entertainment.
Entertainment. Netflix on the spaceship. That'd be great.
That'd be good. That will work collectively to allow gifted researchers the freedom to explore exotic science and technologies with the infrastructure and resources to rapidly transition them to products that can change the world. Look.
Hold on. Hello, my name is Tom DeLong from Blink-182. I have brought together an elite team from CIA, DOD, and the FMR.
So DOD is the Department of Defense.
And FMR?
I don't know what that is.
CIA is Central Intelligence Agency.
FMR. Right? I don't know what that is. But we're aiming to build this electromagnetic vehicle to travel instantaneously through space, air, and water by engineering the fabric of space-time. Our company is called To the Stars, and you can invest in our plan to revolutionize the world with technology that can change life as we know it.
So, can we just step back a sec? So he's trying to fund a spaceship, right? And this is a different kind of spaceship than all the other spaceships that are out there. Would that be right?
Yeah, so I feel like he's like, I'm not building a rocket, I'm building a spaceship. So, like, this is some, like, Star Trek bullshit he's talking about.
Yes.
Or, like...
I'm with you now.
Like,
okay.
Star Wars, like, you know, some kind of star travel thing that we don't actually have. It's science fiction. And I feel like in a lot of sci-fi, there's, like, maglev, which is, like, magnetic levitation trains and things at all. And it features in a lot of books and, like, a lot of films. And I feel like that's a really accepted, like, trope that appears in these kind of books and stuff. Electromagnetic vehicle. That, it kind of sounds like, you know, we're going to build a big magnet that's gonna... I mean, like, what, does he want it to, like, slingshot him into...
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to... Because obviously with rockets you have... They're, you know, propelled into space from fire and pressure. Yeah. Whereas... these discs, now we're not we're no scientists here, but these discs I assume wouldn't have the same, you wouldn't be able to launch them in the same capacity because if they're thinner and wider even.
Like, does he, I don't know, I mean, I feel like we're giving it more thought than it deserves, maybe.
Yeah, we're thinking a lot into this.
I mean, the interesting part, I guess, is the fact that this is a thing that people at the time of this article going out, this is 2017, I don't know how much it is now, but the campaign had made $383,000.
That's Americans for you.
That's I mean, like, he's got a team full of, like, actual scientists and stuff, and I imagine they stand to make a lot of money. So the team on To the Stars Academy, it's Tom as the interim CEO and president. They've got a CIA guy as the vice president of operations. They've got a
Another white dude.
Yeah. Let me see. So they've got a guy that advises from NASA and the Department of Defense and other intelligence communities. They have got another guy who works in defense aerospace. They have another dude. See the
Director of Global Security. Interesting.
So he's an intelligence case officer. He was a former special agent in charge. These are all nothing to do with space. Like, they have another guy who's like the security affairs advisor, and he's got a BA in economics and an MA in international affairs. So
Brain function and consciousness consultant.
So they've got another doctor. He's a professor of military and emergency medicine and director of traumatic injury research program. He's a professor of medical and clinical psychology. So are you looking at like how space affects people's heads? Like, that is a legitimate research thing. That is a thing that they look at in NASA. And then they've got a lot of this is to do with security, and they've all worked in like the CIA, and there's I have yet to see
there's a biotech consultant.
I was about to say I've yet to see somebody who can actually build this stuff.
Oh look, he went to UCD. No, Trinity, sorry.
He's a biochemist, and he's studied cell and molecular biology. So he's
we've come across our first woman, and she's at the bottom of the page.
So she's a biomedical research and an attorney. I mean, a lot of these things are like unrelated jobs.
It seems like they've got a lot of global security and is it because they're enforcing borders on the skies?
But like, she's got her regulatory law practice focuses on FDA regulated products such as medical devices and pharmaceuticals, and on research law. Like, not a single member of this team has ever worked for NASA apart from like in a security capacity. Isn't an engineer apart from biomechanics is a thing, but like that's not building spaceships.
Yeah, who's building?
Yeah, who have you hired to do that? It just seems weird. And I've read an interview he did before about it kind of broke down all the stuff he said about NASA conspiracies, and then after WikiLeaks and like a bunch of stuff came about NASA and how they had like wording that kind of sounded like UFOs, but they started calling UFOs something different because people freak out when they hear UFO, even though it can just mean like a drone.
Yeah.
And then they were like, how right was Tom DeLonge? So maybe it's just his like bias against NASA means he doesn't want to employ anybody who
has worked
I don't know.
there.
It's bizarre, but like he left Blink, and then he kind of at that same time was like, oh, like I haven't left Blink, even though Mark and Travis were like, he's gone. We've had to get Matt Skiba in. Skiba?
Yeah, Skiba. I think it's recently come out in the last few weeks that he said, no, I haven't left. I will be back. Just I'm dealing with this space stuff first.
I'm going to save the world, and then I'll be back. I don't know how I'd feel about that if that was... Also, does that say, hi, hello, my name is Tom DeLonge from the Blink-182?
Oh, yeah, it does. He definitely didn't write that.
Or maybe he did. It is the Blink-182. That's bizarre. Good for you, Tom.
It's more than we're doing.
Yeah.
To save the universe.
Yeah, we're
just making a pod. We're just two gals making a pod.
He's out there building spaceships with people who are wholly unqualified to do so. But you know what? Maybe when he gets his crowdfunding, he'll employ more people.
That could be it. That could be part of it. But wouldn't you think that if you were trying to build a spacecraft, you only got a certain amount of funding, the first thing you do is be like, okay, I better hire people to build a spacecraft instead of looking after the other things like global security.
I feel like he's obviously thinking like NASA are protecting secrets, so then he needs to protect his secrets from NASA. Probably. I feel like maybe we're giving this too much thought. We're not. We're. You know what, Tom? Just you do you. You be you. You do your thing.
On a lighter note, somebody who's doing something also incredibly cool is Hayley Williams.
Yes.
So
comes up in every episode because we love her.
We do love her. So Bonnaroo is a festival that's happening in the States. And they asked her to come up with a section basically. So she got to curate, she calls it the self-love space.
Okay. What's that mean?
So she said that she curated it mainly because she wanted attendees to celebrate themselves. She said she put a lot of hard work into it, which, you're curating a whole area of a festival. And she said that it's kind of made her think a lot about herself and how she treats herself. There's going to be a mini spa. There's going to be mini spa treatments, glitter stations, flower crowns. There's going to be, I think Good Die Young are going to be there as well. They're going to have themed dance parties, panels on mental health, which is really cool. Hayley Williams is a big advocate for mental health. And they're going to have panels on self-love as well.
That is really cool. And I feel like it's a thing that's been missing from a lot of kind of mainstream festivals as well.
Yeah.
This idea of like an actual place to go to relax, because a lot of festival stuff is just kind of go drink, and like for other people, like some people are, you know, go drink, do a lot of drugs, don't really remember the whole thing, and like, you know, if that's what you're into, that's you know, no judgment. But I feel like there's a very little opportunity in kind of mainstream festivals to go and just kind of chill out. So it appears to be like a collection of kind of indie, well, like K-Play is playing, and like Nicholas from Walk the Moon, and a whole bunch of other people, and like there's like David Bowie's Black Star Band, and like I feel like that's the kind of vibe that's going to be there. So I suppose it's not that different from like Electric Picnic or like Body and Soul, the way they are in Ireland.
Yeah.
Or like, I can't really think of any in other countries.
In
the UK, what would they have?
Their equivalent, Glastonbury, but I don't really know. I haven't actually been to any like sleepover festivals, if you know what I mean, like with camping festivals. That's the word, Clodagh, your brain.
Just having a big sleepover in a field with a bunch of people you don't know.
Camping festivals is what I meant. I've only been to like Longitude and Forbidden Fruit, which are two festivals that happen in Dublin every summer for our international listeners. Just dropping that in there.
If you're from the UK, you have Latitude Festival,
which is
same.
Yeah. But I'm not sure what their equivalent will be. I mean, Bonnaroo, their tagline, I guess, or they have in their Instagram bio, is radiate positivity, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, like I guess Body and Soul will be the closest thing. Like they have a lot of, like, they get people like the Rubber Bandits, well, Blind Boy Book Club to talk about stuff, where like they've had a few other people, and they've had like people like Tara Flynn go and talk. Like Tara Flynn, in case you don't know her, is
one of my favourite people ever.
No, she's amazing. But she's shout out to Tara Flynn, we love you.
Because she's definitely listening. Yeah. Tara has a really cool podcast called Taranoia. Really good.
Yeah, no, she's awesome. But like, if you don't know her, she's like a feminist, and she just has a lot of really, and she's a comedian as well.
I'd love to live inside her brain.
Yeah, I haven't actually. She's got a book out called Rage In. I don't know, we're just doing our Tara Flynn like love in section, but I have it inside. I haven't read it yet, but like I bought it like last year. I just haven't got around to it yet.
She just is really well put together thoughts, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm like, I think these things and it's like 20 sentences long, and then Tara Flynn puts it into one, and it's like, oh my god, that's it.
Yeah. And like, even like sometimes she posts things about like allyship or whatever, and they're really thoughtful. She's not centering herself. She's like going, hey, can you please listen to these people? So like, if she's talking about trans issues, or she's talking about like LGBT issues, or she's talking about like race issues, it's very much as she'll always, like, she'll say something and she'll never stay quiet about it, but she will always make sure to center.
She shares the platform.
Yeah. And she'll always center whoever is relevant to center, as opposed to it being like, well, I think this. Yeah. And I think that's really cool. It's like people like her talk at Body and Soul. It would be really cool if like Download and Reading and Leeds actually had this actively properly curated sort of areas where people can go and chill out, because they are really full on. Like, I went to Leeds Fest in 2014, and it was my first sleepover camping experience, and like, I had a really good time, but I was also really sick, and I think it was just because I was so focused on like, go to see the band, go to do the thing. And like, I looked up like, you know, how do you not die while you're at a festival? And they were like, oh, have like at least one hot meal a day. So like, I tried to do that and stuff, but like, I just feel like if it was encouraged, and not actually any extra money, to go and chill out for a bit, like go sit somewhere, or go see somebody talk, or just like hang out in a little quiet area, that would be great.
That is like, I'm just thinking, even like to the pictures and videos I see that go around with Electric Picnic, like it, and I don't like camping. Like, I'm the type of person who, I shower every day, and if I couldn't get to like a decent shower and a decent toilet, it's just not for me.
Oh,
I
no,
don't like going outside my comfort zone in that sense. So it's just not a thing I do. But a lot of the pictures are like people just sit around drinking cans all day. And in fairness, if I was going, that's what I'd be at myself. But I think if I was to go to something like that, it would be really beneficial to be able to go and take time out mentally, because I feel like you need to be always on when you're doing these things, and especially if you're the kind of person like me, I would be very introverted, and I need to recharge by myself to get energy back. So by going to these little self-care, self-love sanctuaries, you have the opportunity to rest your head, rest your body, come back to, you know, yourself, because I guess you're on a different planet. You're a bit giddy when you're at festivals and at music concerts. So yeah, I would like to see something like that happen here again. Body and soul, like you said, it's kind of the idea of bringing body and mind together.
Yeah,
and I think they do yoga and stuff with that as well.
Yeah, I've never been, and like I know some people go and like they, you know, they have their cans, or like they go and they do their hills, and you know, it's up to you, do whatever. But like it's really interesting because like there are people who bring their kids to Body and Soul, and it's like a different experience for them because they're bringing them because there's all these nice fun family activities.
Yeah,
and it's just something I wouldn't have thought that was a thing
to do. Yeah,
but apparently it is. So it's cool that that's kind of spreading across other festivals too.
Yeah,
it'd be nice to see it in like the emo scene though. If like you're at Download,
the emo shack,
you go hang out in a shed.
This we can put this down as a new podcast goal. We can create the kids from yesterday sanctuary of self-loathing. Oh no, self-love.
Sanctuary of self-loathing. Sure, why not? Like, I mean, it's good to have goals.
Hire us. What else has been happening? Panic at the Disco. Brendan Urie and friends.
Yeah. Brendan and friends, which is what
that's what we like to call them.
I love Panic. I have been a Panic fan for fucking years, but we're past pretending that Panic at the Disco is a band. It's a person with some people to play with him.
Yeah, which is sad. Because I absolutely love Panic at the Disco, but I don't know how I feel about the new stuff. But they have a new song on their new album called High Hopes, and that has broken a Guinness record lately. I think the only other song to break this record was 21 Pilots with Heathens.
Yeah.
Basically, they have been number one for 33 weeks on the top of the Billboard Top 100,
wow.
Hot 100, which is 33 weeks is a long ass time.
Well, like, considering how far, I mean, like they were around in the kind of late noughties and they're still going. I mean, Brendan's still going. But it's just interesting that they survived. You know, they survived. We're gonna do a Panic episode someday, so we won't go into like all the details. But like they survived the loss of various band members over the years.
Yeah,
they survived splits. They survived like scandals. They survived like a lot of things. Brendan survived a lot of things. Brendan, you're so great. He survived. Persevered by yourself. And like he held on to the band name, which is great too.
Yeah.
But that's really cool, and it's cool to see like an emo band appealing to enough people that they ended up on the top of.
Yeah.
He ended up on the top of a chart. Like that's incredible.
A mainstream chart. What do you reckon? What do you think of his new song with Taylor Swift?
I fucking hate it. I wanted to like it so much, like, and I just because I like Taylor Swift. I mean, yes, she's problematic, and there's stuff she's done that I'm like, oh, I don't love that. But like, I've seen her live.
Did you go to the free Taylor Swift concert?
I did.
Same.
I did. My friend Helen brought me. So she got like somebody gave her tickets, and she was like, I have a ticket, and I was like, me.
It wasn't my friend, but we went to see her for the 1989 tour.
So did I.
Oh, did you?
I went to both dates. So I had tickets. Me and my brother went, and then Michael and his sister bought me a ticket to go the second night.
Do you know, I'm so happy that you're a Taylor Swift stan because I love her as well.
Yeah, no, I really like her, and I like her music, and it's fun.
Oh yeah. I think she's an amazing songwriter.
Yeah, absolutely. And like she has done things that I'm like, that's dodgy as hell. Please don't do that.
Such as Mayochella.
Yeah, fucking hell. And the whole Kanye thing. Like, I'm not a fan of Kanye, but like that, she did some dodgy things.
Yeah.
With that, and you know, I mean, this is harking back to our last episode about like, where's the line? Where is the line? Yeah, and I think it's once you acknowledge that like you've done shitty things. It's okay
Yeah.
to like. You don't need to be in denial about it. But no, she's cool. I feel like the song is a bit like, can we find a man who can sing, dance, and speak French? And Brendan was like, me. It's me.
Brendan, his voice is just killer though. It's so good in that song. Like, he has an incredible voice, but I think their voices blend really well together. She has like this like soft, delicate kind of tones, and he has this like, I again don't know the music terminology, but he has like these. So she has like these like soft, delicate tones in her voice, and again don't know the music terminology, but he has something similar but in a more masculine sense. Like, his voice sounds like whiskey.
That's a beautiful description.
Do you know?
Yeah, no, it's like warm and it's like smooth kind
Yeah.
of like, but he has an incredible range, and like his falsetto is amazing as well.
Yeah.
Like, just it's ridiculous. He is ridiculous. Every time I see him live, I'm like, I fucking hate you. Like,
He's so talented.
yeah, it's incredible.
I do like the song. There are elements to the song, lyrics in the song that I'm not a fan of.
Yeah.
As you probably well know. But I think it's a pop tune, but I'm like, usually like I was actually listening to Taylor Swift today on my way over here. So emo. Like, I absolutely love her albums, but I just feel like it's too bubblegum pop for me.
Yeah.
It's not so, I'm kind of sick of it already.
Yeah, I feel like it. You know, she needed to do something to get back to her roots after
Reputation.
Yeah, because that was such a departure from her usual stuff.
Yeah.
That I feel like she had to do something to get it back, and I feel like that kind of collab and that kind of big poppy, look at me, I'm a Disney princess stuff. I mean, like, the video was quite fun. She had
Oh my
her
god, the
cats
video is
with
incredible.
with your daughters, and the daughters are her cats, and I love her cats. And yeah, I like, the video is fun. I probably wouldn't listen to the song again, but it's really cool that
Brendan was on it.
yeah, and the fact that like it's different from what he sings, but that it didn't feel like he was trying to be something he's not either.
Yeah.
Like, it just
I can see
fit.
that. Yeah.
Even though the suits are questionable. I'm not a fan of the upholstery curtain suits. Like, I just I
think they suit him.
It's very like Von Trapp family.
Yeah.
Kind of.
But he has that kind of quirky, you know, I'm not mainstream vibe about him, so I think they kind of suit him. But I think they're nice.
Come now. You really think you're the only one who can play this game?
Look, it is perfectly simple.
I want to play.
Let's play
A game.
So, Courtney and I listened to this. He's a fellow emo,
I feel like he wouldn't like to be reminded of his emo past, even though people bring it up all the time. But
yeah. He has a show on the radio on RT2, which is here in Ireland.
it's our national broadcaster.
It's a national broadcaster, and his name is Stephen Byrne. You may or may not know him. He was a YouTuber called 365 Days.
Loved his videos.
I loved him so much as well. But he has this really cool game on his show on his radio show, and it's called Lyric or Satiric. So we thought we would make our own version and play the game. So we've called
A
it
budget version.
the Tesco value version of his game. It's called Real Lyric, Fake Lyric.
Yeah. So we thought we'd pick two bands that we're not that familiar with.
Yeah.
So I picked Hawthorne Heights because you don't really know them that much. And then you picked Dashboard Confessional. And I've listened to maybe one of their albums
Yeah.
when I was younger.
Okay.
No, all that time ago in my youth. But I'm not that familiar with them. So what we're going to do is we're going to read out... are we going to read out all the lyrics or just read out one lyric at a time?
So I think I'll read out my 5 lyrics.
So, sorry. As you can tell, we haven't actually figured out how to play the game. We're making it up as we go.
We're doing it as we go along. So I'm going to read out my 5 lyrics that I've picked. Some are real Dashboard Confessional lyrics, and some are lyrics belonging to other artists. So we're going to do a point system.
Okay. Can we do a leaderboard?
See. We can totally do a leaderboard. Okay. So for everyone that Courtney gets right, she gets a point. For everyone I get right, I get a point. I'm going to read out the 5 lyrics I have here. Some are Dashboard Confessional, some are not. Some are lyrics from other artists. And then Courtney's going to do the same thing, but her lyrics are Hawthorne Heights, and I have to guess if they're real or not.
And also you get a bonus point if you get the name of the artist that the band actually is.
Yes, let's do that. Okay, are you ready? Okay. I spent the last 10 months thinking all love ever does is break and burn again.
Good God. That's a Dashboard lyric.
It's not.
Oh.
Can you guess who it is?
No.
Do you want me to read it out again?
Yeah.
I spent the last 10 months thinking all love ever does is break and burn and end.
I don't know.
Dun, dun, dun. It is Begin Again by Taylor Swift.
Oh.
And I picked that lyric because I was like, Courtney doesn't listen to Taylor Swift. She's too cool.
I'm too... Oh, Clodagh. I'm too cool for Taylor Swift. Wrong. Incorrect.
Incorrect.
I'm...
So that's a big fat 0.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, next one. I watch you spin around in the highest heels. You are the best one of the best ones.
Not Dashboard.
Wrong, it is
For
Dashboard.
fuck's sake. Ah.
So that's 0. Okay, third one. I hope you're as happy as you're pretending.
Dashboard.
Correct.
Yes, finally.
I hope you're as happy as you're pretending.
I think I know that song. I'm not sure though.
Okay.
We'll play it. Like, we'll
Oh,
put it on the playlist.
It's a song called Screaming Infidelities.
Yes, I think I know that. Okay, we're gonna put that on the playlist.
Number 4. Woke up this morning, it feels like every day I got the blues, babe, not going away.
Not Dashboard.
Correct.
Yes. Who is that?
It is Julian by Carly Rae Jepsen.
Oh, Carly Rae.
I love her so much.
She's so cool.
She's so cool. Okay, final one. My hopes are so high that your kiss might kill me.
Dashboard.
Correct. Well done. So you've got 3.
Okay, that's not so bad. Let's see if you can beat me.
I doubt it.
So these are going to be Hawthorne Heights lyrics. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm
or
ready.
not. Like, they could be Hawthorne, they could be not.
Okay.
We'll find out. So cut my wrists and black my eyes so I can fall asleep tonight or die.
Not Dashboard. Or not Hawthorne Heights.
Oh, it is Hawthorne.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your heart will never tell you lies. 3 cheers now for the hate to demise.
You picked really emo ones. Hawthorne.
No.
Oh. Who is it?
It's Blood on the Dance Floor. You know that really terrible, horrible, awful band? It's a song called Nirvana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
by
no.
Blood on the Dance Floor.
Blood on the dance floor.
Okay. You were my first dissection spilling my insides.
Not Hawthorne.
It is Hawthorne.
Oh, Jesus, Clodagh.
Let's go dancing to the altar through the wedding.
Hawthorne.
No.
Ah, Jesus. I'm a sore loser.
So am I. That was Play Royale. I don't know why I keep talking about Play Royale. I don't like them at all. I think it was just we were talking about it yesterday, or I was looking. There was a whole big thing.
Yeah,
and
we were
that's-
talking about them off pod.
Yeah, and I just picked one of their lyrics. Okay, last one. My only choice is to overreact. Is this a voice or just a panic attack?
I have no points so far, so I'm really thinking about this one because I want to get one. Hawthorne.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so I won that.
It's 3-1.
Okay, so are we gonna?
We'll do a leaderboard. It's
Yeah.
like gonna be like Top Gear or something.
Yeah, we'll make a leaderboard. We'll put it on our Tumblr.
Yeah.
How's that for?
How's that for emo content?
Kids from Yesterday Pod. Our Tumblr, Kids from Yesterday Podcast.
.tumblr.com.
Yeah, if you want to find us there. We'll put our leaderboard up there and we'll share it on our various other platforms as well. So that I win the first round of real lyric, fake lyric, not lyric or satiric. That's its full title.
But yeah, so that's all we've got for this week.
Yeah. This was just a fun, good,
A
clean
fun time.
Yeah, we wanted to try something different.
Yeah, just have the chats with you and I.
Have the bands. And maybe you feel like we're talking to you and ignoring you while you tell us why we're wrong or why the things we've said are stupid or...
Yeah, but that's why you gotta follow us on Twitter. Finger guns.
Gonna join our emo cult and think about why space doesn't make any sense and why existential crises are a normal part of life.
Yeah.
Join our cult, join us in the emo dungeon, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.